Good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. Coffee Chat with Shanda. I'm excited to be here with you. And guess what? Truth be told, I did not want to get up this morning, and I'm really committed to being honest with you about what's happening behind the scenes. Because growing a business, I think sometimes as you're watching people online or you're seeing our Instagram photos and everything looks, it's kind of like sometimes, have you ever found this? You're scrolling through your online stuff, and like everybody looks like they're having a better relationship than you. Everybody looks like they're like having more success in their business than you. Everybody looks like you should be more fit or doing things they're doing in their life. I mean, social media can be one of the most distracting and one of the most lying centerfolds of our entire life, because we're watching everybody else operate in their lives through these social devices. And so I just want to be really honest with you. I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? I just want to sleep. Like, I had the best sleep last night and I just wanted to keep sleeping. And I think a little bit of it was actually, what am I avoiding today? And I always notice, and just look in your life right now, that when there's something I don't want to do, there's always something that I'm avoiding in my life at that point in time. So I'm actually going to prayer circle this morning at 7 a.m. And believe it or not, just that is enough to have me avoid, because it's at 7 a.m. I really want to be with my son this morning, and every time I notice these dialogues happening inside my head, I confront them right on. Like, I go after them like my life depends on it. I mean, I really do, because what I've realized is that our lives do depend on us really facing the things that we're resisting and not telling ourselves a story that has us pull back into a natural comfort zone. So if you've ever been in this moment in your life, just let me know. Just comment and let me know, because there's a power to us engaging back and forth together. But the truth is, I run this incredible company and I have an incredible husband. I mean, I just pinch myself that he actually just continuously has the patience for my drive and my growth and what I take on inside of our lives. And, I'll say, oh, let's move to Puerto Rico. And he's like, okay, let me get okay with that. And let's go on a vacation next week. And it's like, okay, let me get okay with that. And he also has to deal with the different levels of resistance that each and every single one of us have, but he tackles them right on. He looks different than I look. I tackle it very differently than him. He does it with much more grace than I do. I do it with a lot of willpower and determination. So I don't know how you're handling your life right now, but I really threw out the content that I was talking about today because I wanted to be really transparent about the fact that, not every day looks, and I know you know this. I mean, I know you know this, but sometimes we just have to hear this from getting out from scrolling on these things and looking at, how I actually talked to somebody the other day that got in a fight with their fiance after hearing that Ash and I were going out for like a family run together. And so she got inspired and ran downstairs and said to her fiance, let's go for a run. And he was like, like, I thought we were going for breakfast. Why are you leading the force now? Why are you being the controller and the driver? And it's like, I don't know how many times that's happened to people, but I know for myself, sometimes I've looked online, I'm like, oh, he got her flowers for no reason. And then you kind of look in your own life, you're like, why is my husband not getting me flowers? And I'm just being honest, right? I'm just being really honest. There's those moments that I think happen to each and every one of us. And I think if you're out there doing Facebook Lives and you're out there, writing blogs, stop writing the perfect blog and start writing the transparent blog. Start doing the transparent videos. I'm going to tell you that one of my biggest challenges leaving corporate America, where I really did, they told me that I had to wear certain clothes. I like to wear baseball caps. If you haven't noticed, I show up to Coffee with Shanda a lot with a baseball cap. I like to wear baseball caps. I like to wear T-shirts. It's like 68 degrees in San Diego, pushing 72 during the day right now. I live in San Diego. I wanted to wear a turtleneck this morning because I could in the morning before it's going to be too hot in like another 2 seconds. I've already got the window open to the ocean to be able to get some breeze. But I like to wear whatever I want to wear. So in corporate America, when I was put in a box of what I had to actually do, I mean, my employees are not put in a box. They individually look the way they want to look. I think I said the other day, like my COO wears flip-flops. You know what I mean? And so my point in sharing that with you is that, when I left corporate America and I started my own business, one of the hardest things that I had to face in marketing was that I was still trying to write like the professional corporate, I used to even look like this when I would get serious. I'd be like, versus, just being myself and being like quirky sometimes and being shy sometimes and then being overly driven sometimes and sometimes being overly opinionated and just allowing it to be okay. You see, if you can forgive yourself before anybody else judges you, then it doesn't stick on you when somebody else judges you. If you can forgive yourself as you're being shy, quirky, over-demanding, all the different aspects of you, if you can forgive yourself in the moment as those things are happening, then it really doesn't matter what anybody says about you, because at the end of the day, it's not about accepting failure in your life, it's actually about expecting failure in your life, right? So you're going to fail constantly, but then what does that look like for the people around you? If you want this empire of yours to grow, I got to tell you, you have got to be a lot more accepting about other people having breakdowns in your space as well. My husband is probably one of the most, him and Michael Strasner, the two people that I know that honestly have this ability to accept people's shit and roll with it and shift and change and still be accepting and loving with the people standing in front of them. And I have a lot of respect for that. But how are you operating, right? How are you operating with yourself behind closed doors? How are you operating with your resistance? We have a leadership training. And whenever I coach the leadership training, and I'm actually in their staffing, I have an arrangement with myself. And the arrangement with myself is that I have to do everything that I resist. I'm having an aha moment as I'm sharing that with you now. Because of staffing so many times, I have now become, this is the aha moment that I'm having right in front of you right now, is like, I'm like really proud of myself because I operate like that now Monday through Sunday, always in my life. If I notice that I don't want to work out, or I notice I don't want to go to prayer circle, or I notice I don't want to cut a video, or, truth, I have cut the Bring a Friend video for the Zone event 5 times now in 2 days. And literally, like my phone, I have a Mevo. If you don't know what a Mevo is, it's an incredible camera for cutting video at home. You can go to Amazon. It's called Mevo, M-E-V-O. Very easy to work. It'll track you around the room. You can move. It's incredible. It's like professional camera without the videographer price, right? And so I have a Mevo, and my Mevo connects to an app on my phone, which then records whatever it is that I'm doing. Well, my phone died. On the 5th video, I looked down on the floor, and my phone's dead. So it didn't take the best video ever. Finally, I was like, of course, the 4 other were practice. The 5th one was just a great, inspiring video. And my phone didn't catch it, right? Because it died. And I was like, okay, let's see if I can do this again. And so, it's like tackling the resistance, because by video number 2, I literally was saying to myself, I just don't have the energy for this. How many times have you said that to yourself? I just don't have the energy for this in my life right now. Like I should probably do this when I feel better, when I've got more energy. And here's the difference between commitment and growing an empire and, just making sporadic money and never really mastering your money, but have your money master you, is to do things based on your feelings. You have got to develop this ability to declare what you want and to hit it, no matter what. Declare what you want and then to hit it, no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter what's happening in your life. Suzanne Evans always says this: kids, cancer, bankruptcy, all these things are always going to happen in your life. And so there's going to be an illness. There's going to be a dog passing away. There's going to be a child that's getting sick, hopefully not your child, but you get what I'm saying? Like, these things are going to happen. And so what I see all the time is people say, my dog died, and so I couldn't hit my sales numbers. I know this might sound cold, but your confidence is, believe it or not, connected to your ability to hit your commitments. So you can't just say, I declared helping 20 people in the week, and it's like I helped 5 and I feel good enough. No, that you're playing a game with yourself, and it's such an important game because the game is connected to your purpose, and what you're capable of creating comes down to your ability to keep your word. And so this isn't just great talk. This is life talk. This is like, how dare you ever waste a moment of your life, of your precious life. I was cleaning pee off my bed yesterday. My son is 3. He doesn't pee the bed anymore, but he did. Big old huge ass piss of pee, like all over my bed. And I literally woke up with my back wet 2 nights ago, right? And so in the morning, I'm like cleaning pee off my bed and spraying it and cleaning it. And I literally had this thought where I was like, thank you, God, that I have a baby. Thank you, God. And this was the profound moment, that I have use of my hands and my arms, and I'm not paralyzed. I could cry about this because it is such a blessing that we have. And for you or I to waste any moment of our life not hitting our goals and our declarations, it is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. And it's also the worst thing that you could do for your kids when you say things like, I sacrificed this for you. Bullshit. You played a freaking small game. You didn't sacrifice anything for your kids. You backed down. So stop saying things like that, because I've met so many teenagers who say to me, I feel for my dad because he sacrificed so much for me. And it's like, stop doing that. All you're doing is you're hiding behind your children, and you're teaching them how to show up in life, underperforming in what they actually want. And then that becomes the DNA of the culture of your family, is to give up a little bit short every time you have anybody in your life that you love. No wonder people are waiting to get married with context like that. If getting married and having children means that you have to put all your desires and your dreams to the side, then why would you ever want to do that sooner or later? It feels like a lot of work. And then people go out there and they say kids are a lot of work. My son is a lot easier than my business to run. My business was a lot of work getting off the ground. And I feel blessed that I have that lot of work. But just watch the context in the language that you're using on your regular basis, because it determines what your future is going to look like. And you're now in this exact moment, like, do not back down to your goals or your declarations, because your children, your friends, be the type of leader that people go, holy shit, how do you do that? Well, I do that because I enlist 12 other people to help me. Not because I drive myself in the ground. I said this on Coffee with Shanda the other day. I said, right now going into the Zone event. By the way, the Zone event website is not up yet. It'll be up, I believe, tomorrow. But right now, if you are watching and you are not a client of ours, because you guys get special tickets, if you are not a client of ours, you want to come to the Zone event. It's September 28th, 29th, and 30th in Arizona. I put a link up top in the description. You can actually click that. The tickets are only $299 right now. They are going to go up to $1,000, and we sell out every single year. So go grab your ticket if you want to come, and then we'll send you more correspondence about the event and how to book your hotel room. But what I was sharing with you is the Zone event's coming up. And so I said this the other day in Coffee with Shanda. So of course, the edges of my life are being pushed. Right? The boundaries of how much work has to be done is being pushed. And then you feel the pressure, and I have a great COO, because what he recognizes in me is he calls it visibility. If I don't, and it's connection. If I don't see what's happening in the marketing department, in the admin department, if I'm not connected, this is why, in our leadership training, when they have declarations, it's important that everybody on the team knows what the results are of everybody in the team. If you're in a sellout right now and you're selling out a program, you need to look at your numbers twice a day, morning and evening. Get your virtual assistant to send you your numbers morning and evening. The more you're connected with things, the quicker you're going to get your results. The more you just work on a project without having the data, even if you're not an analyzer, the less likely you're going to hit your results because busyness will take over. So my busyness of fulfilling with my clients will take over, and me actually staying in my declaration of what I'm creating over and above fulfilling with my clients. So zone events coming up, and I was saying this in Coffee with Shanda the other day, that my edges are getting pushed. And I was like, shit, I don't feel like I have enough time. Well, I know immediately time issues are intimacy issues. So that means that I'm not intimate enough with the structure of how I'm running my day and what I'm doing during the day. So I said to my assistant, I'm on a no meeting zone. Nobody else can get on my calendar, not even a client, until after October 1st. So I'm blocked out until October 1st. After October 1st, I will open up again till the end of the year. And what's amazing is I've got nothing to do after October 1st in my business. I literally have nothing to do after that, other than I have nothing to do. I just have marketing mastery. I have nothing to do inside my business from October to December. Isn't that cool? But the next 4 months are crazy. But I'm committed to not, and I'm sharing this with you because I want to be transparent. It's not going to look crazy. Like, I'm not going to be a stress basket. I'm not going to be able to not see my friends. But I also noticed that because I have a hard stop at 2:45 every day with my son, if I was to, that hard stop was preventing me from going till 5 o'clock. So truthfully, my days right now look like 6 a.m., Coffee with Shanda, until about 5. Now, yesterday was different because Wednesdays are date nights with my husband, and date night's not going to go away because the zone event's coming up. And so I just want to be a demonstration for everyone who's working hard, because if you're driven, you're working hard. And if you're working hard, you're probably pressing the pressure button. And I don't want people in your lives, your husbands and your wives, are not going to want you to work harder if you're an asshole while you're working, right? Like you've got to pass the test of the pressure to receive the next blessing coming in. Otherwise, you're not responsible enough for it. So look at where you're resisting. And here's a big, big pressure unleasher, if you want to call it. And I was saying this to my best friend yesterday. My best friend and I, Brita, are each other's accountability partners right now. And Brita and I are text messaging back and forth right now multiple times throughout the day. And we're noticing how God's working in our life as we trust more, right? And we're saying things like, I'm in the supernatural power of the Lord. We're saying things like that. We're just having fun with each other. And, I tackled doing a marketing meeting with my team, and I am not kidding. I don't know if I have it, but I am not kidding you. I do. So I'm not kidding. I have a whole zone folder here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 marketing pieces going out in the next 2.5 weeks for our end of the month 2-day event in Orange County that I somehow thought was a smart idea to throw on my books to give right before the zone event. But I'm up for the stretch. So then I've got 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7 videos, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I got another 26 emails along with 12 videos that all need to be cut. And I will still be in the room one day next week for a HeartCore Leadership 3 going through, and I'll still be a great mom, and I'm not a superhero. And so that's what my workload looks like. On top of it, serving Pace Club, serving Marketing Mastery. On top of it, somebody who sent me an audio that they want me to listen to in Pace Club or Marketing Mastery to help their business, and it never stops. And the stronger you get as a leader, the more people want your help. And that's the blessing you're looking for, because I've said this before in scripture, if you want to lead many, if you want Oprah to invite you on, it's time to become a slave to your mission. And that doesn't mean that you're exhausted, because the slavery actually feeds you. But it does mean that you have to get connected with what's the number one priority you're working on right now. And for me, it's zone event. And so I needed to create this huge marketing plan, which we did in about 90 minutes with 3 of us on a Zoom call. And we wrote out the positioning, we wrote out the time schedule, we know exactly when everything's going out. We've got, the 2 videographers coming to my house on 2 different days to knock out all those videos. They're timed in a way so I don't feel the pressure. I'm not thinking about those 12 videos until I get to the 20th of I think it's this month. So my point, see, I don't even know because it's all off of this. But my point is it's staggered out so that I don't have to feel like, holy F, I've got a lot of stuff going on. And that was enough to release like so much of the no time left, right? So look at where is your biggest priority problem? What is the problem? I know there's probably lots, but what's the thing? And I was saying this to Pace Club yesterday. What is the thing that is just completely dominating your peace of mind? I mean, it's just robbing you. And then you need to become like a pit bull on that bone, and you need to solve that. And sometimes just sitting in a planning meeting and figuring out how to unload some of this and actually create some of this on a timeline actually has you relieved, right? And then put the timeline out so that you're not trying to kill yourself. So the person who sent me an audio that wants me to listen to their audio, they sent me a follow-up email. Have you listened to it yet? And I said, I just appreciate you not being an asshole about the fact that I haven't been able to listen to it yet this week, and it's now Thursday. And she's like, I'm just so grateful that you'll actually do it. I love people like that because they're not demanding and they're not entitled. And they also realize they're not paying me $40,000 to work with me privately, right? And so, no matter where you go, you pay for different levels of access and you're responsible for that. And so, with that being said, I let her know tomorrow on Friday, I have a full open day on Friday. But if I'm not careful, I could fill that open day up. When my priority right now is to make sure that I'm ready so that I can pop into the room to HeartCore Leadership 3 next week for one day. Does that make sense? So I hope this was like one good rant that just gave you some clarity on how you need to operate as a leader so that your business doesn't steal your life, and that you also don't hold back because resistance is telling you it's too much. It's not too much. It's just a strategy. And when you find the strategy, you unhook from it. If you don't find the strategy, the calling never goes away. It never goes away. So you're never, ever going to get peace of mind until you solve the resistance. So even backing down, you're going to be pissed off about something because you didn't play your full amount. You didn't play full out. And so don't play this. It is much harder to live in the comfort zone. It is much harder to make easier decisions to make you more comfortable. That is the hardest life I could ever tell you will ever live. The easiest life is to go face on. And the way that I told you how to do it is find the biggest thing, just one big priority that's stealing your peace of mind. And like a pit bull, go solve that one thing. It'll release the pressure of all the rest of them. And when the other ones become so dominating that they're stealing every ounce of your peace of mind again, then you go after that one. And so you allow the problems to become a priority. And then you let the ones that are not a priority, let them bleed. Let them bleed. I've lost clients before because I just had to let that area bleed, And so you just gotta, instead of trying to live in the world of scarcity where you're trying to think that you can have everything at one time, which is not true. You've got to let some things bleed. Sometimes your priority is your relationship, which means something might bleed. Sometimes your priority is taking your child to Disneyland, which might mean that, a marketing strategy is going to be, stretched out a few days, right? But stop being in a rush to get there, and please stop trying to kill yourself working from 6 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night and not taking a break. Jesse Itzler says it great, and he takes 3 hours a day to be able for his personal time. And there's nothing, I think it's great advice, because I promise you, we will resent our children, our spouses, our money, our businesses, our jobs. We will resent them if we drive ourselves into the ground. So look at your priorities. Priority problem, priority focus. And that's all you need to know in any given moment in your life. And that's how you release the pressure and grow an empire. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Remember, Fridays are hot seats. They're freestyle Fridays, which means that, as soon as you jump on, have your question, post it in the comment section. And that allows us to get the most out of freestyle Fridays, which means I'm just hot seating your business every Friday. All right, I'll talk to you soon. And go grab a zone ticket if you're coming and you're not a client of ours. Bye.